Right guys, update. Y'all want to know what I've been doing today, don't you? What am I up to today? Come on into the Raysons workshop. Basically, I've still been cracking on with this. As you can see, Guillotine's there now, centre frame. That's going to be pretty much on every shot now that I take. And it looks nice, lined up with that window. It's a little bit off centre, but that's just to gain a little bit of room. So yesterday, I should have done a video yesterday. But yeah, I was putting my back out. Basically, I moved that big bench that you can see there. I moved that all on my own. I also moved the Linisher belt, that there. Moved that on my own. But I've only moved that a little tiny bit, the Linisher. Moved it as far as I've moved that from one side of that Guillotine to the other side of Guillotine, really. And then I've had Steve this morning from Guy Garage. He's just helped me lump that big Guillotine across, which had to come from, it's everything's back to front, all the way down there to here, which that were a big shove. So I just sorted everything out on my own yesterday. We went with the gas bottle plank tool. I had been waiting on Instagram yesterday saying, how did you do that all on your own? And I was like, nah, car jack, builder's plank, 2 pub glass bottles. I've got a few of them. There's a pub down at end there, and they had some gas bottles out the back. They were there for about 6 months. I thought, they're there for another month, I'm having them. So yeah, I've got a few of them now. Mainly just using them as dollies. I've got one to stick, I think I put that in the video, and I got one for putting long pipes in when they're hot. So yeah, I'm in, and it's how I wanted it to be, but I'm still not quite happy. This happens when you change the workshop round. Nothing looks the same anymore, does it? So it don't feel right. But if you have a look down here, this is what I were aiming for. I were aiming for that. It's hard to see. Come on, focus. I were aiming to get this all in one nice neat line, which they are. That's the workbench, Linisher, Guillotine. All in a nice, perfect line. Absolutely lovely. The only bits annoying me are these pedals stick out, but they were annoying me anyway. That's why I've moved it. Because to start off with, so this is, let me spin it round. This is where I spend most of my day. If you come in and you come chatting with me, I'll be stood here. This has got everything on that I need. It's got everything I'm doing at the moment. It's got my book out there with my notes in. It's got that Aprilia drawings there. That's my next job on of these MG pipes. So I've got that there. I'm looking at that. Loads of little bits of junk and stuff that I'm on with tripod. Yeah, it's just basically that's my little workbench, my studying bench. You can clean it all off, do big jobs on there because it's nice big flat piece of steel. That such a big chunky thing. Then this one here is like my welding bench, where I get my gas torch out, where I wrestle about with pieces of steel in my vise here. It's where I do all my hammering and bashing and stuff like that. Do quite a lot of welding on there as well because my hood's above it, so I can do all my brazing on there. Turn an extractor on, suck out smoke up. If you want to burn a bit of paint on, yeah, do it underneath that extractor. So that bit's all working all nicely. But yeah, I used to stand here and you turn around and there'd be a treadle plate there and a treadle plate there for working Guillotine. Yeah, and you'd whack your shins on it, you'd be walking through here. It's a Bob video, this, isn't it? You'd be walking through here and it'd be like bosh. So I just wanted to get rid of it. And I knew that I could gain a fair bit of space by moving it there, and which it has done. But the only difference it has made is because this bit down here were wide, and then it slimmed down as it were going down. It looks like I've took up a little bit of space there. That space where it were a lot freer, you could see that welder, couldn't you? Because the Linisher belt doesn't take up as much room, but it does. It's sat there, it's taking up exactly the same room as it was before. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's encroached into the space a little bit here. But normally I have like that bench will be smashed right up to the edge of that. Not smashing it, but yeah. And then the other bike will be there as well. I could chain them all together. There's a big compressor behind back of all that stuff there, so I could chain them to the compressor. Now I can actually chain them to this, can't I? Right, video stop there for a minute. So yeah, we're just saying I could drag these bikes down here now. I can chain them up to this. That can be another anchor point. I can wrap a chain through these legs. Just make it a bit more difficult to get them out, or yeah, that'd be a perfect place, just wrap them around that, I think. So that's going to be handy as well. I've got something to chain the bikes to. I can also stick another few bikes in here because that gap there is massive. So yeah, so I'm happy. That's been me for the last 2 days. 2.5 now, isn't it? Because it's halfway through Saturday. I started on Thursday. But yeah, done. All I need to do now is clean. Get everything all back in these drawers again. I managed to move most of them drawers without emptying them. But I had to take a few heavy bits out just to lighten the load. But I have also pulled everything out from underneath the benches, so I've got shite everywhere. It's just full of rubbish. We've got these down here. My video keeps on dying on me. I've got a load of videos on here from that Kawasaki Z1000 jobby that I were doing with the Rickman jobby, weren't it? That Rickman. I gave up at that point. It was just the job was getting too stressful. I had too much on. We were going to Harlem on it. It was just all getting too stressful. So I just gave up doing the videos at that point. They're still on here. Taking apart card room. I've basically just got to a point where it said card full, so I deleted a couple of them, got to another point, card full. All I did was film 3 minutes, but I deleted like 20 minutes worth of footage. Basically, I think they need all wiping off and formatting again. Anyway, enough of camera troubles. So yeah, I'm happy. Happy workshop's working well now again. I just, like I say, I just need to do a lot of cleaning up, and then I can get on with another big problem. I need to get these bolted down. So I need to get some raw bolts, need to make sure I've got a drill bit for my SDS drill. I need to pull that guillotine back out again, I think, so I can mark the holes, drill it back in, move it a little tiny bit, drill some holes, bolt it down, because that you have to swing on it, don't you? Linisher belt's nice and heavy, that won't move. The bench is proper heavy, won't move, that won't move now it's in, now it draws are full. So yeah, so I'm just going to spend, I've got a customer coming at 12, Jonathan, to look at the Perilla. Then I've got another guy doing a swap, that's why I needed to move that guillotine this morning. I've got a bike underneath white sheets over there. There's an AJS underneath there, and I'm swapping it for something else. The customer's coming up, swapping it for another vintage bike. So that's this afternoon's job. And guillotine were right here in front of me, so I thought I need to move that guillotine this morning. Woke up early this morning panicking, like, man, I need to move that guillotine before dinner, before customers start coming, because I need to get his bike out. Guillotine's in way. Luckily, Steve were in when I come in this morning. I'm like, Steve's in. I'm like, we ran straight round there. Like, Steve, as soon as you finish that car, can you come and give us an hand? And he was like, well, I'm putting it on a regen. I'll just fire it up now, put it on regen, and then come down and give you an hand. So we've shuffled that into the corner. I'll get this AJ out. We'll have a look at it because it needs to come out. Anyway, I'll just sort these two bikes out. I'll move some of these trays, stick them back under benches or whatever. Just tidy up a little tiny bit while customers come, and then we'll have a look at AJ. Get AJ out. Just have a bit of a look at it while it's out because I won't have covered it. I don't think I did sandbend the pipe though, so it might be on here. And then when he brings the other one, I can't remember what he said it was going to be. That. Sunbeam, might be a Sunbeam. He's going to bring me a Sunbeam up. So we'll have a look at Sunbeam when Sunbeam comes, but that'll be 2 o'clock. So I'll just do another short little video before we leave. I'll do a quick 2-minute one of the AJ when I get it out. Do a quick few-minute one with the Sunbeam when he brings it. Then I'm going to go. So yeah, that's what I've been up to today. Been nice to see you again. I know you're busy. I'm going to let you get on. I've been busy as well, you know. So yeah, better get some work done. So that's me, I'm done in a bit. I'll speak to you again tomorrow or later. Adios. Right guys, it's all looking a bit cleaner. Basically the guy didn't turn up at 2 o'clock when he said he was going to do. He's been delayed, he's going to be here at 4. But it's now 4:30 and I just thought, oh man, I forgot to get camera out to have a look at this AJS. So that was Norton, whatever that's called, Homtron. The Perilla, me and customer have done a bit of looking at this, me and Jonathan, I think we've sorted that out for next week to make them bash rails. And that's the old AJ. So that one's going. It's got a new pipe on it. Not quite finished off, I've left some P-clamps there for customer to do. So I've made him 2 P-clamps up, 1, 2. And he's going to try and fit them to the bike. So he basically wanted 2. One to put here on back end to replace this. And then another one possibly to put on front end to an engine mount. And that's it, looking lovely. So yeah, that one's going. Basically just waiting for him to come around that corner. It's a bit jammed outside, there's cars and vans everywhere. So he's going to have to dump it. And hopefully he turns up just in time before one at neighbours wants to leave, because we've just had a neighbour out, they've come back. I heard that she's going to fill it. I think they're doing tip runs. I think 2 neighbours are doing tip runs actually. There's 2 houses down that way and doing tip runs. Yeah, they're going to want to keep coming in, out, and when he comes down in this van it's basically just going to block straight up and we need to get bike out, bike in, out the way. I think just a quick thing. Normally they stay for about an hour, tell me about the pipes that they want, go through all bike, any problems we're going to have. Don't think we're going to have time for that today. Maybe. Just a case of dumping it, I think, here. Might not even do it for another month yet, this bike, but he just wants to swap them now. This bike's been in my way for about 6 months. He said, is it okay if I swap it? And I said, well, it make no difference. That's been under my feet for 6 months. If you just swap it and put another one underneath my feet, I won't even know it's there. Basically, it's been in the back corner for that long, my bike. I forgot it were there. He was like, can I pick it up? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know where I put that. It were there. It were with them too. But obviously, it were in the middle of them. I chained both bikes to it, so that were hiding them, and well, like, I don't know if it's the first bike, the second bike, the third bike in that queue. I managed to get it out. That green XS650, XS850, that needs doing soon. Needs to get up on my ramp. So it's a good job that's out. So I'll probably be putting the new bike, I think it's a Sunbeam, in the middle of them two. And then, yeah, getting that green one out. As soon as that Honda's gone off that bench, green one's coming out. So yeah, let's wait half an hour. I'm just going to have a quick brew, quick fag again. I said I'd be here till 5. It'll say it's 20 past now, so can't be that far away, can he? He's coming up from Stoke, I think. I think it's Stoke, near Alton Towers. So he's like Birmingham way on. So it is a couple of hour drive, maybe 3 hour drive. I'm sure he said it were an hour and a half. It's a couple of hours drive. So he should be here by now. So yeah, I'll get this, stop it. We've talked enough again today, get some work done. I'll be back in half an hour before I go home. We'll post this up for a little Sunday watch. Have a good one, guys. Right, guys, as promised, let's finish off the day with a Sunbeam. Ain't that lovely? Customer said, I think the customer says that this is an Isle of Man bike. It first registered in the Isle of Man, I think. So he reckons it's raced there. It's definitely a racer. It's got no kickstart on it, and it's got a foot change. So this is the foot change. That's the gear selector box underneath there, which would have normally had a suicide shifter on. Big handle up to the tank. Gear shifter would be up on top there. They got rid of all that and moved it down to the bottom. So it's definitely a race bike, and it wants a new pipe on it. So that's our next job. That's all I can say about that. We'll get out and look at it in more detail another day. He's given me all this. He's given me a book. So I've got books to look at. I think that's what it should look like. Which it does look like, but we need to get a pipe on it. It's got a big Brooklands can on it at the moment. So we're just going to try and put a straight through pipe with a little squashed end on it. You can't get that in focus. Basically, it's one of these. We're going to get that on end of it. Job done. So yeah, that's for me for another day. I'll get this posted up tomorrow. It's a lot later than I thought it was going to be. We've chatted for a bit too long there. Me and the actual customer, not me and you. Probably is a bit too long anyway, but yeah, that's me. I'm out of here in a bit.